Okay.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello agents, thanks again for joining us on today's webinar. It is October 19th and today we have AIM Hospitality and Jewel Resorts presented by Sarah Freed and Konoko Falls with Lauren Heron. Again, as always, this is brought to you by the Jamaica Travel Specialist Program, a program for travel agents from the Jamaica Tourist Board. Each session will be 20 minutes and we give about 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A. And any questions that you have, please write it in your questions box on your screen and we'll get it to them after the session. If we don't get it during the session, we will send all your questions to the presenters and have it sent to you very shortly. Again, all information, benefits, and features for the program, go to oneloverewards.com. Any questions, comments, and feedback you can send to me, kdacosta@visitjamaica.com. So without any further delay, I'm going to turn it over to Sarah. But before I do, yes, we do have a trip giveaway today, and our reports will show us engagement on the webinar. So to qualify, you're already here, and you have to be a part of the session for 80%. All right, so without any further delay, I'm going to turn it over to Sarah, and we'll get the presentation started. Sarah, you have control.
Okay, sounds good. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Is it blue or is it the presentation?
It's a presentation.
Fantastic. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Sarah Freed, and I am your rep for Jewel Resorts and Hilton Rose Hall in Jamaica. I'm going to start by going through the Jewel Resorts presentation, and then we'll stop and see if you have any questions, and then move over to Hilton Rose Hall, and then answer your questions for Hilton. So starting off, we've got Jewel Resorts, which are fabulous properties with white sandy beaches, water sports, resort-wide Wi-Fi, nightclubs, spas. Pretty much something for everyone is at each of our properties. So Jamaica Essentials, as you know, the destination is in itself, there's something for everyone. We've got amazing culture, we've got adventure. Most of the most tours and attractions of any Caribbean destination are in Jamaica. And the area where the majority of these tours and attractions are over near where each of our properties reside. So you've got fabulous people, you've got great white sandy beaches, the weather's fantastic, food, attractions. Again, Jamaica has something for everyone, just like Jewel Resorts and Hilton Rose Hall has something for everyone. So we have won awards, everything from Dunn's River being named Best Kids Free travel resort to Jewel Runaway Bay winning Traveler's Choice for Best Family Resort. So we span from the best adults only to great family-friendly resorts. Locations. So Hilton Rose Hall is located in Montego Bay. It's about 15 minutes from the airport. And then we have Jewel Runaway Bay and Jewel Paradise Cove, which is located in Runaway Bay, Jamaica, which is about a little more than an hour from the Montego Bay Airport. And Jewel Dunn's River, which is about an hour and a half from the Montego Bay Airport in Ocho Rios. Currently, the Jewel Resorts all include transfers to and from the Montego Bay Airport only, which is why I'm not giving times from the Kingston Airport. But with the new road from Kingston, we do have the Jewel Dunn's River in Ocho Rios. That's about 45 minutes on the new road from Kingston. But at this moment in time, the Jewel Resorts complimentary transfers are just from Montego Bay. So Jewel exclusives. We have everything from a pool concierge service. So you can see in the upper left-hand corner, the concierge bringing the guests drinks in the pool. And these concierges are at all of the Jewel resorts, and they are great for if you're floating in the water and can't be bothered to bring yourself to the swim-up bar. They are very happy to bring drinks out to you. I was down on property a couple months ago, and during my site saw one of these concierges bringing drinks into the ocean for the guests. So they are fantastic additions to our properties. We've got Gem of the Day cocktails. We've got dive-in movies once a week at each of the properties with popcorn, drinks, and guests can enjoy movies while sitting in the pool. Dining under the stars, each property gives an option one night a week to eat, whether it's out on the pool deck at one of the properties or out on the promenade at another, or at out at our at Jewel Runaway Bay. They can be out at the Ruby Ranch. So you have the ability to eat under the stars if you want to get outside of eating in the restaurants one of the nights. And then at for your last night stay, Rock Candy is your turn-down service. We've got 2 adults-only Jewel resorts, Jewel Dunn's River and Jewel Paradise Cove. So these are 4-star luxury on the smaller side. So Jewel Dunn's River has 250 rooms and suites. It is the closest resort to Dunn's River Falls. We've got great quality, fabulous customer service, product, and it's really Jamaican hospitality at its best. So we have what is brand new at Jewel Dunn's River. We just opened a couple weeks ago a brand new coffee bar. So this is the pictures of the new coffee bar that just opened. We also extended our grill. We added a boardwalk to the grill and now offers a la carte service. We also extended our new Moonstone dining area and improved our Wi-Fi with installing additional access points on property, so the Wi-Fi has gotten much better. Here's an overview of Jewel Dunn's River. Again, you've got the rooms on the backwards L on the right-hand side of the screen. You've got the pools and beach in front of you, and then the restaurants are in the upper right-hand corner, as well as our buffet restaurant is on the bottom right of the screen would be where our buffet restaurant is. So that is Jewel Dunn's River. And then we've got Jewel Paradise Cove, which is also adults only. It is in Runaway Bay, Jamaica, so it's a little over an hour from the Montego Bay Airport. It is an oceanfront location, so we've got two beaches. One is a cove-like setting, and one is a normal, horizontal beach. This property has 225 rooms and junior suites, and is an all-inclusive health, fitness, and spa theme. So there is a fit trail and a paracourse that span the entire resort. There are courses at 7 o'clock in the morning. If any of the guests are interested, we've got staff members that will take them around the fit trail and go for a nature walk slash fit trail walk, where they'll explain how you can use each of the stations for anybody that's interested. We also have spinning and yoga yoga classes that are all complimentary, as well as yoga retreats. So our next yoga retreat in 2016 is December 11th through the 17th, and then the 2017 dates I actually got in my email box this morning. They will happen in May, August, and December of next year. It's free yoga, meditation, and wellness talks featuring international and local professionals. So everything is included in the stay for people that are have paid for their vacation to stay at Jewel Paradise Cove. We also, as well as everything being included on property, We also include a glass bottom boat tour, a trip to Konoko Falls, a reef snorkeling excursion, and a shopping trip to Ocho Rios. That is included in the guest stay. So we have at Jewel Paradise Cove also enhanced our Wi-Fi. So there's better Wi-Fi throughout the resort. We've renovated the rooms. So on the right-hand side, these are unedited. We just got the images back earlier this week, and so nothing's been edited yet. The room itself is on the right-hand side, and then the spa is on the left-hand side. So we've got a floor spa that includes anything you'd think of, from massage treatments to hair, nail, the Vichy showers. We've got it all in this spa, as well as the yoga. There's a yoga studio as well as spinning classes here. It's great for couples massages, couples, girls' weekends, etc. And we have Jewel Paradise Cove overview. So this is the beach, and at the far end of the beach, you'll see where the spa is actually located. And then our Jewel Runaway Bay, which is our family-friendly Jewel resort. We've got, again, award-winning, all-inclusive oceanfront resort. So we have newly remodeled. All of the rooms have been redone. The rooms, we can have anywhere from, one person in a room to, we have 2 room categories that allow for 5 people in a room. We do have 62 connecting room categories, and they connect within themselves. So then we've got our Runaway Bay Golf Club, which is located at Jewel Runaway Bay. We do include golf at Jewel Runaway Bay, as well as the other 2 Jewel properties. So these Jewel resorts, we include, it's an 18-hole golf course. What is not included is if you want to rent a golf cart, and tipping your caddy is not included. So we have kids clubs. We have 5 different ages of kids clubs, starting at 18 months to 2 years old. And then we've got kids clubs that go from 3 to 5 years old, 6 to 9 years old, 10 to 12 years old, and then a teen club from 13 to 17 years old. We've got trained counselors and nannies, and we also have babysitting services after hours. So the kids clubs run from 9 to 5 in the morning, and then 6:30 to 9 o'clock at night. If somebody wants babysitting services after that, there is an additional fee, but it's pretty reasonable. It's about $7 an hour up until 11 o'clock, and then it increases to, I believe it's $11 an hour after 11 o'clock at night. Let's see, we've got Red Ruby Ranch, which is another great place for families with mini golf. It's got mini golf, archery, it has laser tag, as well as a petting zoo. And we've got horses over there where we have classes on how to groom the horses, which is actually very entertaining, because they'll learn how to groom a horse, and then when the kids leave, the people in charge actually go and then redo what the kids have done, because half the time it's not done properly. But it's a fun exercise and something different to do. We opened up the end of last year our new Jewel Lagoon Water Park. So it's 5,000 square feet, full-service grill, snow cone maker, or snow cone station. There's a lazy river, there's slides, raft rides, and this is something for any age group could come. And it's a great area for they can go and spend the day without having to leave, as there's a grill, there's changing stations, restrooms over there as well. We also have cabanas for rent. over at the water park as well. And then we have Red Ruby Ranch. Again, it has laser tag, archery, hay rides, grooming classes, petting zoo. So this is available as well for no additional cost for our Jewel Runaway Bay guests. Our dining options, our dining options at the Jewel Resorts are the same at each of the properties. So the Aquamarine restaurant has sandwiches, burgers, wraps, a full bar. Coral Cafe is the buffet that's located near the pool for breakfast and lunch, as well as there's an international flavor buffet style restaurant at dinner. Court Jesters is thin crust pizza out of a fire oven. The Golden Saber Sushi is a sushi bar at both Paradise Cove and Runaway Bay. Moonstone Italian Fine Dining. The Platinum is Caribbean cuisine, and with the Platinum restaurant, it's a little different at Jewel Runaway Bay than it is at the adults-only restaurant. Our general manager has made Platinum restaurant into more of an experience than just going and eating food. So they'll go with the kids, and there's a gentleman who's the soup guy who's dressed as a cowboy, and when somebody orders soup, he shows up and pulls, instead of pulling guns out of his holster, he pulls the soup out of it. If you order the fish dish, it comes on what looks like a fish bowl. If you order the checkered cheesecake, it comes on a checkered board. So he's really made every dish that you order into something of an experience to it's not only delicious, but it also keeps your children entertained while on vacation or while eating at a restaurant, which makes the experience better for you, but also everybody around you. We've got the Jade Samurai, which is our teppanyaki restaurant, and the only restaurant that you need reservations. So no reservations required at any restaurant except for the teppanyaki style, because the tables all seat 10. So people can go and make reservations at the front desk of the properties. Accommodations, we start with the premier guest room at each of the resorts. It's our standard room category. It moves up to the concierge service, which gives you a standard liquor package. So in the premier guest room, there is not a liquor package, but you do have a mini bar with water, sodas. The concierge package has a standard liquor package, and we do have our butler suites that include the premium liquor, as well as your butler, who, when you check in, when you get to the front desk, your butler will come and meet you when you're checking in, bring you to your room, do all of the paperwork in your room, give you a telephone, and anything that you need while on vacation, you can call the butler and he will come and assist you at any time during your stay for anything that you need. We have complimentary resort-wide Wi-Fi, which again at each of the properties we've just added additional access points, which has given better service to the clients that want Wi-Fi on vacation. Jamaica went non-smoking, so none of our rooms are smoking rooms. We do, however, have facilities around. We have designated smoking areas around the property if somebody wants that. And we do have wheelchair accessible rooms. While we're not ADA compliant, we do have a couple of accessible rooms at each of the properties. Please, if you're interested in them, let us know ahead of time so we mark the reservations and don't just wait for somebody to show up at the front desk and then possibly not have that. So just let us know ahead of time, and that would be fabulous. So accommodations at Jewel Dunn's River, again, starts with the premier guest room. We go down to the concierge level and then the butler suites. The Sapphire Building, Mountain View, and Ocean View room categories. The room itself is the same. It's just whether or not you're looking at the mountains or at the ocean. We've got Jewel Paradise Cove, which is, we do have 34 connecting rooms at this property as well. We start out again at the Premier Guest Room, going to Concierge and Butler Suites. Jewel Runaway Bay, we do have 62 connecting rooms. The connecting rooms come in the Premier Guest Room, Waterview Guest Room, and the Plunge Pool Junior Suite room categories. So these rooms will connect within themselves. We've got optional services. We've got the golf club. We've got our spa. We've got our treasure chest souvenir shop, our jewelry shop, polish hair and nail salon. We've got our photo shop, tours and activities desk. So this is, all of these are services that are available at each of the Jewel resorts. We've got our Runaway Bay Golf Club, which is included in your stay at any of the 3 properties. We do include both the 18-hole golf as well as tips from the instructors and the pros at the golf club. Again, the 18-hole golf is included. What is not included is the golf cart rental, or as well as the tipping of the caddies. Jewel Paradise Cove and at Jewel Runaway Bay, we include transportation from the lobby to the golf club. From Jewel Dunn's River, the golf is included. It is a 10-minute ride from Jewel Dunn's River to the golf club, and it's a $10 cab ride for the group to get over there. And we do have it, it's a special rate that we have with the Taxi Association to get from point A to point B. So talking about groups, we do have great meetings and events areas at all 3 of the Jewel resorts that can accommodate between 25 and 250 people. Jewel Dunn's River has a brand new meeting room, and Jewel Paradise Cove now has 3,000 square feet of meeting space. So it used to be really that Jewel Runaway Bay was the one that had the great space, and now we have space at each of the 3 resorts. So booking with 10 rooms or more to us is a group, and we do have one gentleman who is in charge of all groups for the 3 Jewel resorts. So I will send out his information to all of you after the presentation. We also have great romance packages. We've got wedding planners. We have wedding planners on property, as well as our director of romance, who is located in the States. We have an easy e-calendar, wedding e-calendar, where you can check the availability and the hours available for weddings. We do commitment ceremonies. We can, and with weddings of certain, we have complimentary weddings depending on the amount of people coming and the room categories booked and all of that. So we do have people that are in charge of just handle weddings. So if you're interested in that, I can send you his information as well. So that is Jewel Resorts. I don't know, Chris, if we should answer any questions on Jewel Resorts, or if I should move over to Hilton and then we hall if you want to do any kind of shopping, whether it's looking for clothes shopping or looking to buy Blue Mountain coffee, or just to get out and see. Some of the locals have shops down there as well, so you've got that available to you. Our owners purchased the 26 acres of land next door to the resort, and we added 2,500 foot have enough hammocks, cabanas, chairs that nobody has to worry about getting up in the morning and going and saving seats. There's always enough availability for anyone at the beach now on property. For accommodations, we've got resort view, tropical view, partial ocean view. The room categories, the rooms themselves are the same. It's where they're situated and what you see from your balcony, whether it's the ocean or the golf course. We've got oceanfront room categories as well as suites. Here, 11,000 square feet of indoor space, 30,000 square feet of outdoor space. So there's plenty of room for whether it's for any kind of event, whether it's weddings or meetings, team building. We've got plenty of space here for them. Again, we've got one gentleman. We have one person that handles all groups and group questions for Jewel Resorts. We also have one person that handles it for Hilton. So we've got somebody in the States that you can work with, or any questions you need. He's happy to help you. So with this, and with the money that our owners have been putting in, it's a great experience, families, singles, couples, anyone that's looking for vacation, Hilton Rose Hall is a perfect spot to send them. And my information is here. If there's anything you need or any questions you have, please feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email, or just anything I can do for you, please let me know. So any questions?
Hey, Sarah, can you hear us?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, we had a little technical issue, but luckily we got it sorted. So we do have some questions for you. Let's get to them. Do you accept spring break groups at Jewel Resorts?
We do, yeah, we do accept spring breakers. We do need somebody that is 21 in the room when checking in.
Okay, perfect. Do you accept, sorry, got to that one before. Is there a plan to offer transfers from Kingston in the future?
We're working on that, yes.
Okay. And is there a charge for the program?
I'm sorry, is there a what?
A charge for the dine out program.
Is there
a charge for the dine out program?
A charge for the dining program?
Yeah, dine out.
Dine out program. What is for the dine out? Oh, no charge. Sorry, I couldn't understand what you're saying. No, there is no charge for that. It's included in the stay.
Okay, yeah, I guess the accent does get in the way sometimes.
Yes, sorry. My fault.
No problem. Okay, is Jewel Dunn's River formerly another hotel?
Sandals Dunn's River. We took it over about 6 years ago.
Okay, perfect. And we do have some time here. We haven't seen Konoko Falls sign in yet, so maybe we have the full hour. So we'll get to the questions once we have the participation of our agents. So we can take our time and get through. We have a bunch of questions here. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, to what was the gray oval part by the building?
The gray, which hotel?
The gray oval part by the building.
The gray oval part near which?
This was in the beginning of the
no, there's no gray oval. This one? It is this I'm assuming is I believe it's the lobby area. So when you come through the lobby and you go, down past the tours and where the tours and activities are. Oh, tours and activities are. It's also. Oh no, the tree bar.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So this out in front is glass, and then inside, I believe, is the tree bar.
Okay, nice. Okay.
And then there's also a disco. This is this Jewel Duns River used to be Sandals Duns River, and one of the biggest, what everybody said they loved the most was this tree bar. So that it stayed. And then if you're standing in this tree bar on the right-hand side, if you're standing inside, there's a large disco and a theater area in there as well.
Okay, cool. All right, next question is, what is the date in May? And this is for the wellness specialist.
Hold on one sec. I wrote it down this morning. It is the yoga retreat dates for 2017 are May 14th through the 20th, August 13th through the 19th, and December 10th through the 16th.
Okay, and you allow group bookings for the retreats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. So the yoga retreat, the yoga, the meditation, wellness talks, all of that is included for anybody that is staying on property during that time period. So they're paying to stay on property. This is just an added value for them during these weeks.
Okay. And here's another question regarding that is, there's a lot of interest on the yoga retreats. So can we book through a tour operator and then our clients can automatically attend the events for the retreat for free? Or do we need to use a promo code for the retreat?
No, anybody that's staying during these weeks, it doesn't matter if they book directly with us or if they book through their tour operator. They will have the opportunity to do any of these, anything that's included with the retreat, they get. We do at the moment, if you were to go to Jewel Paradise Cove's website, you'll see there's a package, like a yoga retreat package, but it's a yoga and spa retreat. The only difference at the moment between that retreat and like that package and something else is in that package there's a spa component to it, but everything else is included with your stay that you book through your tour operator.
Okay, perfect. All right, Sarah, I see Laura is on from Konoko Falls. So let's get to about 3 more questions and then we go back to Konoko.
Sounds good.
Okay. So let's pick 3 good ones. Not that they're not all good.
And when I don't have the answer, I will write down the question and get it to you after this presentation.
So yes, so keep sending the questions and we'll get to we get every question that we can to Sarah and get them back to you after the session. And let's talk about golf. Is it unlimited golf throughout the entire stay, and what golf courses are offered for stay at the Jewel Resorts?
Yes, it's unlimited golf at the Runaway Bay Golf Club. So it's the golf course. It's an 18-hole golf course that is located at Jewel Runaway Bay. It is unlimited golf, yes. Again, you just have to pay for it. If you want a golf cart, there is the price for that, and then tipping your caddy.
Okay, perfect. And for the cabanas, are they for rent, or how much is it for rent? And do the cabanas at the water park need to be advanced reservations, and how much are they?
So great question. The cabanas are all for rent, and there's different prices per property, so I will write out the prices per property and put it in an email afterwards.
Okay, great. All right, so 2 last questions. Are there reservations required for any of the restaurants? And then the second thing is a couple questions coming about printed brochures and availability of images.
Okay, so First, reservations. At Jewel Resorts, no reservations required at any restaurant except for the Teppanyaki restaurant. At Hilton, yes, there is reservations required at several of the restaurants. We do have some that don't need it. I can spell that out for you in my email, just taking notes. And then brochures, I have right now Jewel Runaway Bay brochures that I could send you if you want them. I have individual hotel fact sheets that I can email you or send you in the mail if you'd like them. You just need to let me know which ones it is that you actually want and how many. And images, we actually just did a new photo shoot, and I got the unedited versions of all of the images back, and I'm just waiting on the edited, which don't have the person who took them's logo in it. So I'm just waiting for that image. When it comes, I can send out a link to them. I also have links to my personal Dropbox that I could send you that you can use the images for. So if you have anything specific that you want, let me know what it is, and I can send you images for that. Otherwise, I can send you my Dropbox with my images, and once they're all completed, I can send you the link to the brand new images that we have. So that's, yeah, long-winded answer to that.
Okay, perfect. So if you go to your last slide again, so we can get your email address, so we can have agents flood your inbox. That'd be perfect. And then, all right, no problem. And again, Sarah, thank you very much. Great, and lots of interest here. And then I'm going to start turning over to Laura.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Laura. Do we have Laura?
Hello.
Hi, Laura. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you? It seems I was muted. How
Yes.
are you?
Good, perfect. So we are all set. We have all our agents here waiting for your presentation, so I'm going to bring it up and we can get started.
Sure.
Okay, so it's all yours.
Okay, I apologize. It seems like I came in late on your presentation. I guess the time, the difference, I didn't take that into account.
That's fine.
I'm Laura Heron. I'm the general manager at Konoko Falls. Actually, I see where we're doing this in collaboration with Jewel Resorts, and I just want to point out that our attraction actually is one of the attractions that is included with any stay that clients have at the Jewel Paradise Cove. So that's something that you probably would need to know. We have a contractual arrangement with them that all of their guests get a complimentary visit to the Konoko Falls. We're located in the Ocherius area. I would say we're probably about 5 to 10 minutes drive from the center of Ocherius, depending on how fast you go. If you're familiar with the area Shaw Park, that's exactly where we're located, in the Shaw Park estate. It's very close to the center of Ocherius. What we are really is an ecotourism product, because we have a product here that has, for all intents and purposes, it's a totally natural river run to waterfalls that has had significant botanical gardens put in place around the river. And so as we go through the presentation, you'll get an idea as to what it is Konoko has to offer. The other thing that's interesting about this location is that we're actually one of the few documented Taino settlements on the island of Jamaica. we're listed as one of the regions that had a significant settlement here. And for those who don't know, the Taino Indians were our indigenous people. So, you know, they used to choose areas where you had obviously running water in abundance. And of course, you know, the good thing about this location as well is that the canopy here makes it where I suppose back in that period they would have had suitable areas to set up and live. We also have very small cave systems up here. There's actually one cave that you can actually step into along the waterfall that I am sure would have been inhabited during that period. But what our tour exists, how we created our tour, and I don't know, am I able to turn these pages here? I'm not sure. Because I'm looking at the
click on the screen.
Falls.
Click on the screen.
Oh, I just click on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Click on the screen or probably use your arrow buttons.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do, but I don't see anything coming up there.
All right.
Hold on. Let me bring it up bigger.
All right. In the interest of time, I will just move to the
if you can just, yes, if you can, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. We have two options on our tours. The tour can either start in our botanical garden area or it can start with the actual climbing of our waterfalls. Our waterfalls are very pretty and they, I would say they're not a challenging waterfall to climb, and it's a climbable falls. It is made of limestone rock, and so for that reason too, it's not a very challenging falls to climb because it's not as slippery as probably other waterfalls on the island would be. So it's quite an easy climb. It's the altitude from the bottom to the top is about, I would say, about 600 feet up. When you look at it, it doesn't really seem that imposing, but it's a nice climb. It takes about a half an hour from the bottom to the top. And you know, during that climb, we have our guides along the way to escort you that are all lifeguard certified, trained, and they, you know, they show you the different areas of interest along the climb. When you get up to the top of the falls, you come out into an area that we have a beautiful vantage point in terms of the view of Ocherius. So it's what we call it our lookout point. So when you come off the falls, you actually go from there up to this section of the property that gives you a spectacular view of the Ocherius area. It's probably one of the locations on the property that I think more people speak about when they come to the attraction, because of what they can see from there. From there, the tour leads you into an area that is where we have our botanical gardens, and we have hundreds of endemic plants and other introduced species through the gardens, and it's quite spectacular because you have a river meandering through those gardens. So, I mean, you know, I think it's very difficult to describe it. You really have to come and experience it, because this really is what we call an experience. And throughout the gardens now, what you'll find is that we have a number of species, that animal species, and you know, these are living species, that you will see on the tour, that what we have tried to do is showcase our endemic species, animals and birds that are endemic to Jamaica. So we have a selection of them on the tour. And we do this in collaboration with the Hope Zoo, because they have they have a breeding program that we are participating in, because many of these species have become endangered over a period of time, and we're happy to say that we have been having great success in this breeding program here at Konoko Falls. It seems that our area, the canopy that we have here and the environment is conducive to heavy breeding patterns with the birds and the animals that we have been getting. So happy to report that that has been a very successful undertaking over the last year. The other thing that happens along this tour is that you get, our guides give you sort of an overview and a history of the area in relation to the Taino Indians. We have a small museum along the tour that you can go into that gives you a sort of a brief history of Jamaica from the time of the Tainos coming forward. And it's quite interesting. It doesn't take very long. The tour takes about an hour and a half in total if you do the entire tour. And then of course other amenities on the property like our restaurant, which is actually a jerk. We specialize in jerk, which, as you know too, if you the history of jerk actually starts with the Taino Indians. That was their method of cooking back then. We actually have a mural in the restaurant that depicts this, because it was something that we got from an illustration that was in a Sir Francis Drake manuscript that we put our hands on, and it was quite interesting to see this, that was their method of cooking back then. And so you'll see that on display in the restaurant as well. So it's, you can, after having done the tour, you can relax along the waterfalls, swim in the swimming areas along the falls. You can also spend some time by the restaurant, the Konoko Grill. In fact, a part of the tour too is that we do a short demonstration on the jerk, the method of jerking, and give our guests a chance to even sample it at that time during the tour. I don't know if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask me or something else that you want me to elaborate on, but that's pretty much what we're offering here at Konoko. And as you can see through this lookbook, some of the features of the tour.
Okay, thanks, Laura. Let's see if we have any questions, and we'll just continue to go through the slides of the lookbook so people get a feel of what the place is or what Konoko is about.
Okay, this slide that you're on is showing you pretty much a part of the waterfall area. And as you can see, that's a family climbing up to the top.
Okay. So the first question I have is, again, where in Ocherous is Konoko Falls located?
Okay, again, this is about I would say 5 minutes from the center of Ocherous, up the hill into an area called the Shaw Park Estate, very close to Ocherous. We have our brochures, have a map on all of them, and I do believe that on this presentation too, you have a layout of the attraction. I can also provide the actual area, but it's very close to the center of Ocherous.
Okay. And was it, I have a question, was it formerly Enchanted Gardens?
No, this was not Enchanted Gardens. This was formerly Kayaba Gardens. I don't know if you're familiar with that attraction when it was first started many, many years ago. But what has happened is that we have expanded significantly on the size of the property, because this is actually an 8-acre property now, which now includes the waterfalls. So when it was Kayaba Gardens, it was really just the botanical garden section, but we have we acquired the property about 2 years ago and have expanded on it and built it out. And in doing so, I want to point out that I'm not sure if you'll see any of the structures in this lookbook, but all of our structures here have been built in the style of the Taino building type with thatch roofs. They were called bohíos, and you will see. I don't know if you passed when you're passing through this. I can't recall if we have a picture of any of the buildings, but that's how we've done it. And all of the structures sort of, you know, blend seamlessly into the landscape here, because we have tried as much as possible to leave a very small footprint on the property and keep it in its natural form. One of the things I have to point out is that right behind us at Konoko Falls, we are a part of the group that acts as caretakers for a nature preserve that we have in Ocho Rios, which is about 300 acres, protecting the watershed area behind us. Because the river that runs through the property, the head of it actually starts just above the Konoko Falls. And we have taken that on as something that, you know, we're basically providing stewardship of this.
Okay, perfect. We have a bunch of questions here, but we only have about 5 minutes left, so I want to get to some of the, I guess, some of the more pressing ones. So basically, people are asking, a lot of people are asking, how do we get there? So 3 questions. How do you get there if they're not staying at a hotel? What does it cost to get there? And what is the charge?
Okay. To get here, if you're not staying at a hotel, obviously you would either have to be taking some form of public transportation, like a taxi or one of the tour shuttles. We do not offer a shuttle directly because, you know, most of our clients are coming from hotels or have their own transportation. So, and I think by now, much of those carriers, those transportation providers would know the location. And as I said, it's very close to the center of Ocho Rios. But if you're not booking through a hotel, you can come here directly. And the entrance fee at the gate is $20 US for adults and $10 for children.
And are you?
If you are a tour operator, go ahead, Krista. I didn't hear that.
That was a question I was getting to. Do you work with any of the established?
Hello? Yes, we do. And so we work with a number of them. We also work with some hotel properties, which is why I pointed out to you that we actually have a direct arrangement with one of the hotels in the Jewel Group. But we do have similar arrangements with other hotels. With those hotels, what we do is we provide an add-on for transportation, but it comes through one of the transportation providers. It's not something we do ourselves. We contract with one of those companies. But we do also have arrangements with tour operators generally for this tour. Some of the more well-known ones like Jamaica Tours, Island Routes, Nexus Tours, just to name a few, Amstar to name a few. So we do have arrangements with them.
Okay, perfect. All right. We are at the hour. There are a lot more questions coming in, so as always promised, we will get the questions over to Laura this evening, and hopefully we can get some responses from her to send back out to you and answer a lot of these questions coming in. Definitely a lot of interest here, and Laura has also provided us with a video which we'll share with every agent, and also, if we can, the lookbook as well.
Right. Well, just to say that while we do have those arrangements, if there are other We do offer a travel agent rate separate and apart from a tour operator rate. So if there are inquiries in relation to that, you can let us know and we will send that information out. We'll be happy to provide that because yes, we do have a net rate structure as well.
Okay, and I will just, all right, so as I do this, I have two things to do to wrap up, and that is one, to send the invite for our next webinar, but I will also send Laura's email address, so we have that handy and agents can start to send you information as well.
Great, thank you so much.
All right, so I think I have that correct. Okay, so Laura's email is sent to everyone. You have that information. Please continue to send her information. Great looking property here, great looking attraction. To have you guys able to send that. So once again, thank you very much, agents, for joining us on our webinar, and look forward to seeing us next week.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much, Christopher.
Thank you.